Stoud man coming back at you again today, and what on a really crappy, well, that's an okay end to a really crappy week, I'll put it that way. I mean, it was without a doubt one of the worst weeks of my life, but also one of the, in a lot of ways, it was also, there were like silver linings, I guess is what I would say. I'm thinking of watching that here actually very soon. I need something to hopefully pick me up. I don't care if it gets me a little depressed as well, but I just need something to pick me up because it's just been one of those weeks, man. Just hit me like a ton of fucking bricks. I was sideswiped? Is that how you say it? I don't know. Regardless, I was hit hard by some really, really nightmarishly bad news, and I've been struggling with it all week. For the first few days of the week, actually, I was just practically incapable of doing anything. But I struggled through it all because I knew, like, first of all, that I had to keep busy. I had to do something with my time. Wait, nope. Don't be stupid like last time. So yeah, I knew I had to keep busy. I knew I had to do something to keep my mind off of what was going on. So, you know, I continued doing the work that I honestly didn't like doing. Some of it I did enjoy, some of it is work that I typically enjoy, and some of it is work that I typically do not enjoy. And I've talked about this before in the past, but you know, even the work that I do enjoy was very hard to actually enjoy while I was feeling this total, just what even is life and why am I living it kind of thing. Not that I don't want to live, obviously I do. It terrifies me. The very thought of death terrifies me, but that's why what happened this week was just too much. I don't want to bring everybody down or anything, but just suffice it to say that my best friends on this earth passed away over the past weekend, I believe. And I'm really going to miss him. I'm absolutely going to miss him. He was a friend that I absolutely cherished. He was always supportive of me in ways that I can't even begin to describe. And like, no matter what I did, he was so supportive of me. And he loved me and he cared about me, and I loved him and cared about him. I am genuinely going to miss him. I just lost it at the beginning of the week. I didn't know what any of this meant. All I knew was that I felt like this event that I had just experienced has completely changed me as a person. It's completely changed who I am. Honestly, I don't know if it's like a permanent change. All I know is that right now, I'm very nonplussed with life. And the fucked up thing about that is, a lot of positive things have been happening in my life at the same time. So, like, I think I talked about last week how I might start going full-time with TeenageMutantNinjaTurtles.com. I'm really hoping that I will be able to. And right now it's looking like I will be able to, but I don't know for sure. And taking on that work instead of doing the work that I don't enjoy, fucking A, would be a miracle. So that's a very positive thing happening in my life right now. But on top of that, I was also, shortly after this event happened, I was contacted by a friend of mine who lives and works in LA, and he said that he might have a job for me, or a job, he might be able to get me some work working on scripts. Essentially, I would be reading scripts, summarizing them, putting my thoughts of whether or not it was something that was going to make money, or, you know, that kind of thing. Right now, I've completely forgotten what they call it, but yes, I was asked to start reading 2 books for this, to make sure that I have a sense of what they're looking for, essentially to get my mind, a Hollywood mindset, sort of, and to be able to give them the kind of reading of a script that they want to see. So I bought those books, and I've started reading them, and I'm very hopeful that this will actually pan out, because honestly, this is like, it could be something that leads to nothing, it could be something that leads to something big, it could be anything. All I know is that it's work with writing, involving writing, something I love to do, and it's work with movies, which is my second love. I mean, I majored in English and I minored in film studies. So if that doesn't tell you about the kind of person I am, the kind of things that I enjoy to learn about and to discuss and everything, then I don't know what would. And if that doesn't tell you how I'd feel about being given an opportunity like this, again, I don't know what would. And this wouldn't be an opportunity that would be like a career changer automatically. It wouldn't be something that would like immediately change my life in drastic ways, but it would be potentially a start, and also it would be, you know, more money, it would be more work doing what I enjoy instead of work not doing what I enjoy. I mean, I'm very much very happy about the prospects of this job, but as you can tell, probably, I mean, normally I would be a lot more jazzed right now, right? But it's been a rough week. It's been a really, really shitty week, all things considered, and I am so appreciative of the opportunities that I might be given here. I really can't wait to see what comes of it all. Even if nothing comes of it, it's exciting to be able to get this kind of opportunity, and I don't want to give the impression that I'm not excited or that I'm not appreciative or anything like that, because I absolutely am. It's just one of those things where, oh my God. I'm not going to say worst timing ever, I'm just going to say that it came, all of this has come within a week of like the worst moments of my life, and as much as it's very as much as nice as it is to be able to get that kind of an opportunity and to possibly be able to roll with something like that, it's also coming at a time where I'm in the middle of a grieving process, and I'm feeling very crappy, and it's one of those things where it doesn't matter who you are, there's no not feeling that, and if you try to make yourself not feel it, you're just going to end up prolonging the experience even more, and that's just really not a healthy thing to do. So I'm trying to, at the same time as I'm appreciative and happy about those things in my life, I'm also trying to just not forget all the bad things, and just to let the depression and everything, the sadness that I'm feeling, wash over me. I want to experience it. I don't want to ignore it, because it's real and it's important. And So, that being said, all I can say is that I'm very happy and sad at the same time. I'm feeling mixed emotions, and it's really awkward to be feeling both of them at the same time, and to be just like so bullheaded about life that you just refuse to not feel it, you know. You refuse to ignore your feelings when it might, at least momentarily, feel better to do that. It's like I've been through this before. I know that you can't just hide it, you can't just ignore it, you can't just pretend it's not there. You have to face it head on. It just so happens that this time I'm facing it head on, and I also have to face the good news happening at the same time. It kind of pisses me off a little bit. I'm pissed off at my friend for dying a little bit because, you know, this is the kind of thing that he always said that I would achieve. You know, he was always very supportive of me and always saying he believed in me, and he just knew that someday I would start making some real progress in life. And now it kind of seems like I might actually be doing just that, and he's gone. He can't even be there to experience it with me. So it's really disheartening. It pisses me off, but at the same time, that's just the way it is. That's the way she goes. It's the way life is sometimes. It's very unforgiving. It's very sad, melodramatic, and yeah, not much you can do about that. You just have to kind of deal with it. So anyways, with that being said, we have some positive things to look forward to in the game. After this run, we should be able to get our very first truck. And I'll tell you something right now. I'm actually planning to keep laying out this. I mean, I will not be doing 2 runs in one video here because the runs have gotten longer and everything. And, yeah, I don't want to wait for 5 hours for that video to render, to be quite honest. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the 2 videos right now. The one where we finish this run, get our truck, and then the next one where we take our truck out on the road for the first time and do our first run, our official run with our first official truck. And that will be next week, so that's something you have to look forward to next week. It's our first official run with our first official truck. Going for a Volvo. You can't stop me, baby. So, yeah. Been a really crappy week, but I gotta say, like, if I hadn't kept busy, if I hadn't just kept at it and kept working, I probably would have felt a lot crappier. And I probably would have just, I wouldn't have gotten anything done. It was very hard for me to get anything done as it was. It was taking me probably twice as long as usual to do the same amount of work, but the funny thing is, usually that's the kind of stuff I'm preoccupied about, but this week I was not at all preoccupied with that because I was already preoccupied with something else. So, like, it didn't really bother me or faze me that I was not really happy doing what I was doing, you know what I mean? Or that it was taking me too long to do it. These are 2 things that really do bother me from time to time. Just like, oh, it's taking me too long, I'm not earning as much money. It just kind of makes me feel like a failure. When you're not earning an hourly wage, you're earning something that's like, you know, one-time fee. So, yeah, the interesting thing about that was that I was not really feeling upset about that, because I was already feeling upset about something else entirely. something that was much more worthy of being upset about. So, yeah. The fucking thing about it all is after tonight, well, tonight, I'll put it this way. Tonight I am staying up all night, trying to stay up past 24-hour mark and kind of reset my biological clock a bit, because I have a really bad sleeping pattern, or I don't know if it's, I would say it's bad, it's just different. I sleep during the day and I'm awake all night kind of thing. It's great if you can find work that fits that, and I guess I kind of have, but at the same time, I would much rather prefer to, I don't know, I would much rather prefer to have like a job that is an hourly thing at least, if not a salaried thing. Something where I don't really have to worry about how much money I'm making an hour. Even if it's just $12 an hour, even if it's just $9 an hour. Because, you know, with some of the work that I do, it can get down into the $5 an hour range just because of how long it takes me to do it. So, because of that, because of the stress that it puts on you to get things done as quickly as you possibly can, so you're still earning a decent amount of money for the time that you put into the work you're doing, I would much rather have a job where I didn't have to worry about that kind of thing, where it was hourly, or it was salaried, where you knew how much money you were going to earn this week, and next week, and the week after that, and the week after that. Or, I mean, at the very least, you knew how much money you were going to earn for every hour that you worked. I mean, people who have those kind of jobs, I feel like a lot of them don't appreciate the fact that at least you have that. There are people like me out there, contract workers, who do not have that, who get stressed out every time that they do anything because they are constantly reminding themselves that the clock is ticking, the clock is ticking, the clock is ticking. So, that stress, a lot of people don't think about it, a lot of people don't consider it to be important. This is going to be interesting. We have 100% damage here, folks. Can we make it? You can hear the gears crunching. Listen to that. Oh. So yes, I would much prefer to have that kind of a job. As I run into a truck because I'm not paying attention, because I'm talking about that situation. I don't know if that's gonna work. We might have to F7 here. Engine just was not starting, guys. Had to be done. Oh, good. Repair costs almost as much as the truck itself. Holy shit. Wow. Just repair it all. It's all covered by the employer, so fuck it. That's the one nice thing about not owning your own truck. Is that if you make a mistake like that, you don't have to worry too much about it. Oh, so what was I saying about work? I think I got sidetracked from the original thing I was trying to say, is that I need to reset my schedule. My schedule right now is not normal. It's not what everybody else has. It's different. Because it's different, it makes it hard for me to find decent work, but that's another story entirely. The reason that I need to reset my schedule, reset my clock, at least momentarily, is because I'm going to Seattle over the weekend with my family. It's not going to be like necessarily a visit for fun or anything like that. It's more going to be a visit for... Whoa, 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 whoa! Jesus! I had the right of way, asshole. You saw that, didn't you? Anyways. That was fucking stupid. I'm sorry, that was fucking stupid. I don't know what that guy was thinking. Stupid AI. So anyways, going to Seattle because apparently we are probably going to be moving to Seattle very soon. I used to live in Seattle, or the Seattle area. I lived in a few neighborhoods in the Seattle area when I was a teenager. I believe we moved there when I was like 13 or 14 or something like that. I think it was 13. And then we moved away when I was 19. Yeah. That was when we moved to Houston for a little while. And yeah. Anyways, the point being, I lived there for about 6 years. And I loved it there, honestly. I didn't do much there. I was mostly just inside all the time, but I really did enjoy the Seattle area. I loved the culture, which is to say that I love the, what do you call it? The niceties, the way that people act. Let's just be brutally honest there. The way that people act, the way that they behave. So if you go to New York or something like that, New York City, you're probably going to run into a lot of assholes because that's the way that people are in New York. They're a bunch of fucking assholes. And if you go to LA, then you're going to run into a bunch of people who are self-centered because that's how people are in LA. They're typically self-centered. But if you go to Seattle, you're going to run into a lot of people who are nice, who leave you alone, who exhibit the behaviors of Northwest nice, which is to say that they're like super nice, ridiculously nice. Northwest nice, of course, comes from, I mean, I gotta say, it's more than likely something that came from Canada. They came down and brought Canada nice to the Northwest area of the United States, and we benefited from it by, you know, developing a culture and a society in that area where people just treat each other decently, normally, fairly. We don't treat each other like crap typically. They fucking nice. They're just decent, fine people. And I like that about that area. I like the fact that I can walk outside and not have to worry about someone giving me shit for no reason, because for the most part, most people in that area are so nice that they wouldn't say jack shit to you in the first place. It's honestly, it's kind of like, I would compare it kind of to like living in Japan, because living in Japan, I know, from what I've heard at least, you know, people on the streets, they don't really talk to you much, they don't really say much. With a few exceptions, you go outside, you're not really going to have many conversations with people unless you know those people. So it's pretty much the same in Seattle. You're not going to have many conversations with anybody, and that's kind of the way that I prefer it, because I will not deny it, I am a bit of a loner. So honestly, I kind of prefer that, and to be quite brutally honest, you just don't get that same level of nicety here in Portland, Oregon. It just doesn't exist. Portland is more full of hipsters and people who wish they were hipsters and people who come here because they think the culture's hip and with it and cool, and you know, it's nice to a certain extent because the people who move here are typically kind of interesting. The people who have lived here for a while are, you know, they're weird but nice, and the area is very beautiful. And it's only an hour and a half drive at most from the ocean. So and that drive from to the ocean from Portland is goddamn gorgeous. Feels like a country drive, honestly. Yeah, there are a lot of things to love about Portland and about Oregon, but the culture, the people in Seattle, just the way that people treat each other decently, and they don't really talk to each other unless they have a really good reason to. I like that, because some people are all about the chit-chat, and I'm not about that unless I'm with friends, you know what I mean? If I'm with friends, then I will chit-chat about fucking anything, but if I am waiting at a bus stop or something like that, and someone starts trying to talk to me about the weather, fucking, I don't care. I don't know you. I don't want to talk to you about the weather, because I don't know you, and that feels really awkward. So, Seattle is like the perfect place for me in terms of that kind of situation, because most of the time, people do not chit-chat. They do not just randomly talk to you about the stupidest crap. They leave you alone. And I like being left alone, for the most part. These are people who are nice enough to, if something bad happens, if you fall or something like that, they'll help you up. But that doesn't mean they're going to say anything. It doesn't mean they expect anything from you. It doesn't mean anything. All it means is that they're nice and they're going to help you up, and then they're going to go along with their day as if nothing even happened, because they're just decent people and that's just what they fucking do. And that's the kind of attitude about life and the kind of society and social strata that I really look for. So when I heard that we might be moving to Seattle, I was actually I was perfectly fine with that, you know what I mean? I wasn't upset about it. Because although I love Portland, I think I might even like the Seattle area more. And as you've seen in my past videos wearing Seattle Mariners hat, I am a Mariners fan, so, you know, I would not mind at all living in that area, because it would mean that I'd get to see more Mariners games, and that would be fucking awesome. Wouldn't it? If you're a Mariners fan, even though they kind of suck, and they have always had problems as long as I've been a fan for 15 years now. 14 years, but you know. But yeah, I mean, as much as I love Portland, there are certain aspects about the culture here that I do not like, that have become kind of infuriating. For one thing, I find that it's a lot easier to get a job in Portland if you aren't actually from Portland. Because I know a lot of people like myself live here in Portland, have lived here for many years, and struggle to find work, while literally hundreds of thousands of people are moving here every fucking year because they found work from outside of Portland. They found work in Portland. They're routinely bringing in outsiders in Portland instead of looking for people who can get the job done in the community here. So it really does not feel to me in that aspect like a community, because a community looks out for itself more than it does for other communities. A community, you know, typically will try to look for people first and foremost in the area that you're living in before they are in the area that they are located in, I guess. Businesses in that type, in a good community would look for people in their area before looking for people outside of their area. But I'll tell you what, as someone who's looked at a lot of writing jobs, I've seen almost all of the tech writing jobs going to people outside of Portland. And the reason for that is they don't actually have a tech writing degree or certification course at, to my knowledge, any fucking college in the area. Not even the one down in Eugene, not even U of O, to my knowledge. So maybe they do at U of O, but I've looked around in the past and I have not seen any fucking programs for that, which is ridiculous because you've got companies like Intel here and Nike. You've got so many like tech and, you know, big companies located here in Portland, but for whatever reason, we're not actually teaching people from Portland how to get a job at those places in Portland. We're not teaching them the things they need to be able to get a job at those locations. We're not offering the fucking certification or degrees that they need to be able to do that. So that's one thing that kind of bugs me about Portland, is that most of the jobs seem to go to outsiders and not to people actually in the community. Been here for, God, almost 10 years now and still haven't found like a legitimate real job here, even though in that time I went to college, got my degree, and worked for quite a while, doing odd jobs off and on, like what I've been doing lately. I've been doing contract work for like 5 years now, and it just seems like nobody here gives a fuck about that. They don't care that the reason I took contract work in the first place was because I couldn't find work in this area, because nobody was offering work to people from Portland. That's very much what it feels like, honestly. So, there's that aspect that I really don't like. Seattle, there are a lot more writing jobs in Seattle. Let's just be fucking honest. Even when you take the technical writing jobs into consideration here in Portland, if you just look at the writing job section of Craigslist in Portland compared to the writing job section of Craigslist in Seattle, you will see a stark fucking difference. There are like 2 to 3 times as many jobs in Seattle for writers as there are in Portland. So, yeah, I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy about that prospect. But the other thing that I don't like about living in Portland right now is just that the culture has developed into such a hipster culture, a hip with it culture, that like just going to get groceries can be a chore because sometimes you can't get what you want. I like some of the stuff that I like to eat is like what most people would consider like poor people food or commoner food or whatever. And here in Portland, most people are too hip for the commoner food. So you really don't even get the opportunity to fucking find that shit. I'll give you an example here. You know, bagged shredded lettuce? Shredded lettuce from, what is it? Dole or whatever the fuck. The kind that had the Dagwood thing on the front for a while. That stuff. The shredded lettuce that comes in bags. I shit you not, there are no fewer than 3 stores in my direct area that simply do not carry that shit. They do not. They only carry fucking organic lettuce, fucking prepackaged heads of romaine lettuce, fucking brand or types of lettuce that I've never even fucking heard of before. Oh shit, we didn't even make any money on that, you guys. We're gonna have to do another run to get the truck. Oh fuck, that sucks. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh no. Well, I'll see you next week. And I'll keep playing this until we get that fucking truck. Alright. Thanks for watching. See you later.